France 24's Irris Makler standing by in Jerusalem for us. Irris, good afternoon. Do these demonstrators think that the government is not doing enough to secure the release of the hostages?
I think that's exactly what they think, and that's what they've been saying, and that's why they keep demonstrating at what they're now calling the Hostages Square in Tel Aviv. Now they're upping that and walking to the politicians who they say don't communicate with them, and actually they remain terrified. It's quite extraordinary how it is the civilians on both sides who pay such a price. The people who died, of course, on October the 7th in Israel, the people who've died since then in Gaza, and these relatives of the hostages. What this woman who is speaking now on camera was saying, it was very hard to listen to her. She said, I'm a mother and I can't do anything for my son. Nothing. She just kept repeating it and her pitch rose. And she said, everything is just black, black, black. It was very, very hard to listen to her, but it was an insight into how disconnected from everybody and normal life these people feel, and how little they feel their government is actually doing for them, despite all these reports of hostage negotiation deals. I do have to say that there was I think now, fourth or fifth hostage video released of a young Israeli woman who was also a soldier, 19 years old. She was speaking at first, demanding her release, blaming the government, thanking the people who hold her. And then by the end of the video, she's shown as having died. It's not clear how, but the Israeli army has recognized her as no longer as a hostage, but as somebody who has died. So there's official recognition of that, even though her body hasn't been returned. And I think that also inflames all these people who are just waiting for their loved ones to return home.
It's a difficult situation, isn't it, Irris? Now, in the last 48 hours, we know that fighting has centered around the Al-Shifa hospital compound. What has been happening in the enclave in the last few hours now?
We have reports from the Israeli Defense Force spokesperson saying that they have closed in. So Israeli troops have taken control of Hamas centres, including the parliament. We saw a photo of Israeli soldiers actually at the parliament with a big Israeli flag. They put that out from the inside the parliament, but other centres of Hamas control, including the police headquarters. They're in Rumal, the upscale neighbourhood in Gaza. And they are putting out photographs and video of what we see, which is tunnels, which they say are underneath either hospitals or other residential buildings. And they also say that they're full of what we would call weapons of all kinds. So that's guns, ammunition, RPGs, mortars, so all this weaponry that they say they find, including under the Rantizi hospital, which the IDF spokesman took journalists to yesterday. It was the first time there was still fighting going on around there. He says he also suspects not only that they found weapons, but they also found, babies' bottles, chairs with rope tied around them. They suspect that this was also where hostages were held, but they're going to take all that evidence back and do DNA tests. Hamas denies this absolutely and calls this a charade. But I think we'll have to wait and see what further evidence emerges.
We'll see how this pans out. Irris, thank you very much for that. Irris Makler reporting there for us from Jerusalem.